A better route. Chapter 149. Madara finally had the power he'd dreamed about, the power to do what had needed to be done. All he had to do now was wait for the moon to be in perfect spot for him to cast the infinite Tsukuyomi. Of course he needed to make sure this pathetic little army didn't stop him first, but with the power he now had that wouldn't be too much of a problem. Tuhia and Black Zetsu were mumbling to one another, "Looks like we're almost there." Zetsu agreed, yes, that seemed to be the case. Now all we have to do is wait. Obito could see that Naruto, Kakashi, and Mito wanted to be the first ones to attack, so he decided to hang back and pull them out if things started to get too bad. Naruto, who was still angry at Madara for dealing a killing blow to Neji, couldn't stop himself from attacking first. Naruto screamed at his opponent, "We're done trying to talk some sense into you. You've made it perfectly clear the only thing we can do is kill you and stop your insanity." Madara smirked as he was Kurama preparing his attack, "Nothing you can do can hurt me now, boy. I'm immortal by all accounts." Naruto wanted to test that, "We'll see." "Kurama, let it rip." Kurama had made a tailed beast bomb that was 3 times his own size, the biggest he'd ever created, and fired it right at Madara. He looked at the attack and created 10 balls of black chakra behind him that floated in the air. 3 of balls got in front of Madara and combined to form a shield, completely shielding Madara from the explosion. Child's play. "These are truth-seeking balls, I can form them into anything and they can destroy anything. You don't have a prayer against them." Naruto wasn't done yet. Madara moved the shield from out in front of him. He saw over 100 Naruto were standing around him with the real one still on Kurama's head for safety. "Let's see how you deal with this." Madara couldn't help but be impressed. "That would explain the massive surge of chakra I felt around me." The army of Narutos all had something spinning in their hands, Sage Art, Ultimate Raisin Shuriken Mega Barrage. The Narutos ran up to Madara, who just defended himself by spinning the truth-seeking balls all around himself. Most of the 100 clones were destroyed like it was nothing, but thanks to few well-thrown kunai and some flying thunder god maneuvering, Naruto had gotten 5 of his clones right next to Madara. They hit Madara, just kicked up a good-sized storm of dust that blinded everybody pretty well. Soon the dust was gone along with all of Naruto's clones. Madara was still standing in the middle but was clearly very irritated. That actually stung quite a bit. "Granted those things didn't do any real damage, but you did aggravate me a bit." Naruto couldn't believe it, he was completely boxed in by 5 Raisin Shuriken. Even Kurama was shocked. "That attack would have even torn me up. I would have lost half my fur," and he doesn't look phased. Kakashi decided it was time for him to attack. "Well, hopefully what I've got will be able to do a little more damage." Kakashi made some quick hand seals and spit out a white snake raging bomb. However, it was covered in Kakashi Amaterasu. When Madara tried to use his truth-seeking balls to destroy it, Kakashi used the Amaterasu to move the attack out of the way to make sure it got to his opponent. Konan cheered her lover on. "There you go, Kakashi-kun. Make that son of bitch pay." Finally it got to Madara, hitting him with the full force of the attack. Madara flinched, but didn't do much more. Kakashi was just as surprised as Naruto had been. "Wait, what? That was a sage move mixed with the Amaterasu." Madara chuckled, "Yes, and I must admit, it was very powerful for the average ninja. Both you and Naruto have proved to be quite powerful. I'd expect nothing less from an Uchiha and the person who tamed the Kyuubi. However, you're still ants compared to me." Kurama was a little bit hurt by the masked remark. "He tamed me? I wouldn't say Naruto." Naruto patted Kurama on the head. "Not the time, buddy. Mito wanted to throw her hat into the ring. My turn, asshole. Let's see how well you do against this." Mito had 7 gates open along with her sage mode, so she was way more than just fast. Even with his powers, Madara had a hard time using his eyes to keep up with her. He tried to send his truth-seeking balls after her, but Mito was too fast, even if just barely. Finally, Mito got right next to him and brought her hand back to punch him. She had her fist charged with chakra, to add her mother's super strength technique, the power of the seventh gate, and her sage power. The chakra that was around her fist was shaped like a slug, which she then hit Madara square in the chest with. Madara cringed but still had more than enough in him to grab her hand and throw her next to his friends. Once again, you managed to give an attack that would be enough to kill a Kage. Too bad for you, Kages don't have anything on me. Naruto was getting really tired of this. Come on, there's gotta be something we have that can touch this guy. Obito teleported next to the group. It's going to take something that's much more powerful than anything we've ever used before to beat him. You're going to have to work together if you even want to touch him. Naruto knew just the thing. Kakashi, I think it's time to do that little this we've been talking about. Kakashi raised both eyebrows. Dude, are you nuts? We never even got that past the test stage. I almost thought it was a joke. Naruto shook his head. This isn't a joke. We need try this and hope it can do some real damage to him. Kakashi sighed. Alright, but I still think it's crazy. Naruto raised up his hand and started to make a huge Rasen Shuriken. Noted, now get started. Kakashi looked at the Rasen Shuriken and made some Amaterasu flames inside of it. The two attacks started to merge. Both Kakashi and Naruto made sure to contain them so that one attack didn't overtake the other. Before long there was a massive black ball of spinning flames. Between the slicing wind and the burning Amaterasu, it was something no one would ever want to hit with. Naruto threw it right at Madara, massive burning Rasen Shuriken. Madara could see the incredible attack coming at him and sent his truth-seeking balls to counter it once again. However, just like with Kakashi's White Snake Raging Bomb, the Amaterasu could be used to move the attack at extreme speeds. Before long it was right in front of Madara, but much to his surprise they didn't hit him with it. What the? Finally, the attack literally blew up right in front of Madara's face. It began to expand very quickly and moved right above his head. A tornado of sharpened wind and black flame formed all around Madara. In a flash, it compressed right on Madara. Madara actually cried out in pain as the attack dug into him. When it was done he was clearly pissed off and looked a little bit torn up too. Now that one really hurt. I think it's time I return the favor to you fools. Naruto and the others gulped. Well, at least we hurt him. Madara flew up into the air and used the truth-seeking balls to make his staff larger than before, mostly much longer. He slammed the staff into the ground and had the whole place shaking. It cracked the ground and had everyone falling on their asses. Then he took 3 of the balls and sent them flying at Naruto, Kakashi, and Mito. Obito teleported and saved the 3 of them by the skin of his teeth. He sat the 3 of them down and could see they were almost out of chakra and weren't really talking. This isn't good. Kurama was right behind him. These 3 are almost totally spent. Without them it's gonna be up to you, me, and the other Kages to save him. To be honest, I don't even think we're gonna be enough. Obito scowled. No, you've got a point. Things are looking pretty bad right now. Rin had run over to help as well, but she noticed something. Obito-kun, these guys are pretty much passed out. Seriously, look at this. Obito looked to see that all of them had their eyes closed, but they were still breathing. She gently smacked their faces, but they didn't even move. They're out like a light. Obito didn't know what to say. Alright, you keep an eye on Theses 3 while me and the Kages hold off Madara. Kurama walked up to Naruto. I'm gonna put my consciousness back in him. I think he might be needing my help here. Rin nodded as Kurama turned back into chakra and went into Naruto's seal. She knew the 3 of them wouldn't pass out just from running low on chakra. There was something weird going on here, and she could only pray it was a good thing. Naruto, Kakashi, and Mito all had no idea what had happened, but it felt like they'd just woken up from some kind of deep sleep. None of them ever remembered falling asleep in the first place. However, they'd never forget where they woke up. It was like some kind of ancient cave with strange symbols all over it. Naruto could make out a few of them, but most just seemed kind of weird. Kakashi was looking at the same symbols. Well, these are some weird stories. Mito asked him, you can read this stuff? Kakashi nodded, like a little bit more than February 3rds of it. A new voice was heard, you've got the Mangekyo Sharingan, it makes you able to read certain things that I've written. If you had the Rinnegan, you could read all of it. A man walked out who had white hair and 2 Rinnegan in his eyes. He was clearly very old, older than any living person Naruto had ever seen. Naruto was curious beyond belief. Okay, who the hell are you, why the hell are we here, and why the hell can Kakashi only read most of this stuff because he has the Mangekyo Sharingan? The man walked around and looked at the 3, all of these are fair questions. Also, it's good to see you again, Kurama. That's when all of them noticed that Kurama was standing right behind them looking like he'd just seen a ghost. Lord Hagoromo? Hagoromo smiled at him. Now Kurama, you don't need to be so formal with me. I'm basically your father. Naruto suddenly realized who he was talking to. You're the sage of the 6 paths. Hagoromo nodded. Yes, I am. Naruto wanted to ask him how any of this was possible, but first had something he needed to have answered. Madara said that you wrote on a tablet that the infinite Tsukuyomi was the only way for the Uchiha to find peace. Is that true? Did you really do something that crazy? Hagoromo knew he would ask that. No, I didn't. That is one of the many reasons I've brought you here. It's time for you to find out the truth about how all of this began. Get ready, you 3, you're about to listen to one hell of a story. See you in the next one.